Hello friends, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and today I'm gonna be starting on this. Yeah? This is a very cheap pound shop truck. Costed me a fiver. And what I want to do with it is to build a mobile city on it. It's almost scaled with the 164. I would say that is maybe a little bit, just tiny bit out of scale, but not massively so. Yeah, the only issue, in my opinion, is the fact that this is the one piece. Yeah, but it could be, easily fixed. But on the other hand, I think that that is one piece gonna kind of lend itself to build a mortal engine out of it. So, a city on a truck, yeah. And this is gonna be a little bit longer. It's not gonna be one video. It's gonna be a series. So there's gonna be probably no painting today. I cannot promise that, but I assume that I ain't gonna be painting anything. And yeah, let's just get on the table and see what we can do with that. Because I have this monstrosity sitting here for about a week and I still didn't do anything with it. So, it requires some cutting and, chopping and gluing stuff to it and so on and so forth. And we're on the table. How you can see, this truck is barely fitting into my camera, yeah? And I have it located higher than usually. Come on. Yeah, so you can see that it's just a plastic shell, nothing really too complicated to it. But now let's just go with the plan. And there is no plan, like always. Yeah, my idea was to basically get rid of the walls, leave the floor, yeah, and then start thinking what to do next. I'm thinking about leaving the back wall because this could be used as something, maybe some sort of living quarters or something like that, but the rest of them I don't care. Yeah, so where is my fresher knife? Here. So yeah, this ain't gonna be very scientific, very well prepared either. I just, when you cut like that, be careful because you are cutting through thicker plastic. Yeah, so don't put your fingers in the way. I'm only checking, for guides in here, but you can see. Now I can fit a scissors in here. So yeah, let's just start forcing this away. Oh, and I just lost my knife. That's awesome. Well, not lost, just drop it on my leg. Now, like I said, I want this to, I was thinking about this area, being maybe some sort of housing or maybe some sort of power generator or something like that. So let's maybe leave this much. And I don't care about this. I'm gonna I'm gonna probably use that plastic anyway in construction of the city. So there's no reason to completely obliterate it straight away. It can still be reused. Especially with all that ribbing inside. It's a nice enough texture. Come on. Alright, one part removed. Now let's go with this. And straight away you're gonna encounter this. Yeah, this is just the plastic. But when I'm gonna be building on top of that, this is gonna regain its rigidity. Yeah, I'm using big words today. Okay, I think that you watched enough how I struggle with this. So I'm gonna cut now and be back when I have everything cut as I wanted. And here it is. You can see that I actually went with the shape of the bottom of the trailer. And why do I want this to be so low? I'm thinking about adding like little ramps in here, like 6 or 3 on each side, and placing some cars on them, so they're gonna be able to be dropped from this. When the city is moving, they can drop the cars, and in here I want to have at least 2 ramps with 2 other cars, so altogether 8 extra cars that I'm gonna have to convert for this, which already stretch this project from planned week or 2 to probably month. Yeah, but let's start gluing some stuff to it. So I want the floor in here, yeah, just filling it up nicely. But I need to sand it a little bit because I know that this plastic probably ain't gonna take it very well, and I probably should have glued the entire trailer together first, but it's me, I don't plan that far ahead. So again, just very small amount of super glue. I think that this line is more straight. All right, and let's just grab some thinner plastic card. Or maybe not yet. You see, why I don't want to use this, for as outside surface is because of this paper. I hate using paper in my builds. Yeah, but I just want to finish this electric closet. So I have one sheet of metal, and I'm probably gonna put some sort of plastic in here just to close it off. Yeah, but I was pounding those aluminum sheets for about 2 hours before I started the video today. I just wanted to have enough of them, for building everything I want, and I want to build a lot on this. So yeah. I'm assuming that I could probably use a hot glue for most of like the bulk of the build, but I didn't prepare for that as of yet. And just now this I want to be a bit wider because I want to have a garage, and then I want to have this 6 drop zones. So I'm thinking about this as a garage floor. Yeah? And do I want to put them on the bottom? Yeah, this could work, having this, and then I have 2 in here, 2 in here, and then 2 in here and in here. Yeah. Okay. And just for looking from the game perspective, yeah, I don't think that this truck would work in the game perspective. It would be more of a display piece than anything else. But you don't always have to look at this, as a gaming pieces. And if you have good friends who like to play crazy games, then the size of it wouldn't be any issue. But you can imagine how many times you would get rammed you know, with this truck, even moving at the full speed. Because if I put it higher, yeah, now just, you know, showing you my thought process. If I put it higher, I can actually put stuff under it, which would be cool, which would give me, you know, like I could have even a cars hanging on chains maybe here, because it's gonna be a bit higher on the wheels, so I could have like 1 or 2 cars hanging under it. I think that this is actually a good idea. All right, so let's get to the garage. And the car, you know, even though I just started on it, is already put to the side. Yeah, this is what happens when you have bigger plans. So first I want to build some supports. I think about using forks as C beams, whatever. And do I have enough of those here? I have some forks. I have some spoons. Yeah, I think that this is gonna be good enough. So let's just have a quick mock-up what we're gonna do. One wall, of course, we're gonna need a support, so there's gonna be 4 supports because I'm gonna throw a second floor on that. Yeah, so with the cars height, you know, most of the cars are yay tall, yeah, and we're gonna have one car that's gonna be converted inside, so we need this space for car that is being converted. And then I'm gonna have one car sitting on the side, yeah, maybe even literally on the side, just being, you know, before conversion, so on converted car. So that's gonna be a second car sitting in here, yeah. In here, then I'm gonna have there's gonna be a wall on this side, and there's gonna be a junk pile. Basically stuff that they are using. And now and in here a clean car. All right. Well, now that I think about the junk pile, well, it still can work, yeah. And in here, you know, just free walking space, and on the top floor, yeah, which is gonna be the same as this, I'm gonna have like a workshop. So let's start working on this. And even though you may think to yourself that building for 1/72 scale miniatures, you don't need to put enough, like you don't have to put high ceilings, yeah. If you want to be able to use this space, you know, like replace the car that is being worked on or whatever, yeah, with something else, you still need to leave enough gap so you can fit your hand in. So in my case, it's usually at least 2 inches, yeah? So I'm always trying to get at least 2 inches. In most cases, I try to get 3 inches. But, ow, I just hurt myself. But yeah, this is gonna be the height that I'm gonna be using, about height of a car. Yeah, so I'm gonna prepare the supports and be right back. All right, so I have the pillars ready, and of course I have my baking soda next to me, because I know that this needs to be at least a little bit reinforced, just to make sure that it ain't gonna be falling apart so quickly. I got to probably use a plastic glue, which, you know, would be better, but then I don't know how the spoons would take it, and the spoon and fork pieces, how would they glue with the plastic glue. And with super glue, at least I know how they behave. Yeah, and if you have something like in here that it is just sticking out, don't worry. Yeah, if you build something like that, again, just saying what the leader of Spartan said, this is Gaslands, so even if something is crooked, it's probably how they build it. Yep, so this part is done. Now let's start figuring out how I want the wall to be. And I think that this wall is gonna be probably going from the top to the bottom, like it's gonna be completely covering the entire side of the car. And in this case I could probably put some turrets on the side or something like that, you know, just make it into proper mobile city. And I'm using the packing tape because I'm gonna put a lot of the metal sheeting in here, yeah. But I'm just thinking, you know, that this could be put on top of that later on as a kind of strapping. Yeah. So let's just start assembling this. It's gonna be an entertaining thing to watch, like pulling teeth, you know. Alright, let me just get that wall built, I'll be right back. And here it is, you know, I just glue a couple of sheets of this together and it created somewhat of a almost sturdy piece. So now I just want to glue it in here. Let's just grab a new super glue because the previous one just ran out. And I was thinking about gluing it outside, but then I realized that I have more surface area here, and you know, for something like that, more surface area is always better, especially when we are gluing two materials that they don't want to bond very well. Aluminium and plastic, not the greatest friends in the world. And you know, aluminium is actually coated as well, so it has a whole nother host of issues, you know, being glued to any surface. But yeah, super glue and baking soda usually helps even with stubborn materials. And this isn't the end of the gluing, so yeah. And now we have a space for a junk pile. Yeah, so what are we gonna throw into the junk pile? And any kind of plastics you have, you know, just this is gonna be like, in this case I'm using a spoon, I have this, yeah. Basically just whatever you think may be in there. Yeah, like this, they're using this packing tape that I have in here as a one of the materials, so it's gonna be in the junk pile. You know that I'm using this a lot as a what do you call it now? As the armor pieces. Yeah. So again, just prepare whatever you want. if you are building this with me, and I assume that nobody is. So yeah, but I need to prepare, you know, some junk material, like couple of rods, some squares, you know. I'm gonna be using plastic cup, but you can use like this super glue cup. Gonna be going here, yeah, and other stuff like that. So I'm just gonna create the junk pile and be right back. And here we have it, my junk pile. Yeah, and now people may think why it is so well organized, and I think that in the wasteland there's gonna be someone who gonna be a garage master, and someone who gonna be leading this bunch of misfits, at least, you know, in reconstructing the vehicles. And he wouldn't want his garage to be, you know, just a pile of junk. Yeah, so he would probably just beat them into the submission and force them to have his garage, you know, up to his own standards. And having stuff, you know, laying everywhere is not a good standard for a garage master, in my opinion. Right, now let's do some more gribbling of this garage. There is gonna be one expensive floor. It's probably gonna be rarely seen. Yeah, but I want this area where the car is gonna be standing while being converted to be a diamond plating. So I'm gonna just install this giant piece of it here. And regret nothing, hopefully. Oh, I just used up the next tube of super glue. Yep. So there we have it. Now, yeah, this is gonna be a garage, so they're gonna need some power tools. And you know this, yeah, this is good for like a lot of what do you call them now? English, come back to me. A lot of like air powered power tools use this kind of hose, you know, to supply the air to them. So I just will have maybe like 3 pieces of it right now, just, you know, because I want them to be hanging from the ceiling. So right now it's a bad idea to put them in, but I have this in my mind. I have this prepared. You see how my brain is jumping all over the place. Yeah, and I have those. You remember them, you saw them already from the previous builds. So I want to have two of those. They're gonna be like power coils here, maybe for some sort of I don't know, welder or something. Yeah, just, you know, thinking about what can be on this floor. So 1 and 2. Yep. And actually I can use one of those hoses, you know, being hanging outside here. I'm gonna later on figure out what it's gonna be, but right now just up here. I just want more visual interest to this build, because right now it is plain as heck. Oh yeah, and I started using apron for my builds because my god, I destroyed a couple of t-shirts already and my wife was getting grumpy about that. So maybe I'm just gonna stretch it and glue it like this to the bottom. It wouldn't have any proper reason for being here, yeah, but still gonna look better than just, you know, plain wall without anything, without any swirlies on it. So let's just do that. And of course this is gonna require a little bit more baking soda than usually. So there you have it. Yeah, it created some sort of visual interest on the side there. Now, I would want to have some sort of a ladder to go to the higher floor. And I just think, where? I think it's gonna be probably mounted outside, so again, not in this build. This is weird because I didn't want to finish this build too early, but it seems like the build wants to be finished earlier. Okay, so this is gonna be my car that's gonna be before being converted, but I ain't gonna be gluing it solid because I need to make some sort of fencing here. And of course we have plenty of fencing material. Let's just cut some of it. Yeah, I just don't want to wall it off completely from every single side, because then it's gonna be, again, boring. And if I do this, just having a big fence, I can put any car in here and have it deal with that issues. Let's just shorten it a little bit. And I'm gonna lower this as well. I'll be right back after I actually glue it in, because it's gonna be hard to film this, you know, it's gonna be an issue. Okay, so I guess I did lie a little bit at the beginning of the video, because I was saying that there's gonna be no painting in this video, and clearly there's gonna be painting, because why I'm painting right now, yeah? When the entire build isn't finished yet? Well, if I'm gonna leave it till later, I'm gonna have no access to this spot, not too much access, you know, I'm gonna have to go like that, and like, it's gonna be a nuisance. So I decided to go right now, have it nicely painted, and, you know, save myself from the issues later on by just simply preventing the creation of them. Okay, that wasn't nearly enough paint. Oh, that's not good. There's always something stuck in the paint. So that's the minus of the drop bottles. Alright, I think that this should be enough, hopefully, to throw the first metallic layer. Yep. So yeah, the outside I want this all to get a nice coating, and I'm happy with this that I didn't get every color, you know, there is some red and blue still shining through, that's okay. Yep. And that's painted. Now let's switch to something much brighter. Mithril silver, I haven't used that in years. Haven't had any good reason to use that color. but it's a brighter metal color. So let's see. I want the diamond plating to be nicely silver, just bright, and some of those pieces as well. Then just very gentle dry brush over here. The same in here. This is gonna just help create difference in colors. All right, and that's it for the metallics. I'm just gonna clean my plate here. And now let's go with the whole red. I haven't been using that color again for years. Oh, okay, I spill way too much of it. But this happened quite often to me. Now I just grab one of my very odd, bad brushes. And what I want to do with that, I want the area around the path where we're gonna have the car to be dirtied up with this color. But where the cars are standing, in here, I don't want that color. So just in here. And I want the metallic to be still, poking through. All right, so it's just a taint, I guess. And I'm gonna do a little bit of that in here as well. And over here, come on. Some on this and in here, and that's enough. And the last color, I think, at least I hope, it's gonna be this corn red that I didn't mix properly. But I'm just gonna grab it on my big brush and just give it quick go over. Yeah, and that's it for today. So I'm gonna throw it on the spin table and we will see how it looks on it. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna start on probably the upper floor for this. So you're gonna have a nice come on, let's look for the words. Nice like workshop area in here. So I'm gonna have to design some sort of tools and stuff like that for Gaslands, which is gonna be new for me, but let's see how I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So here it is, the bottom floor of the garage. I know it doesn't look extremely exciting, and I just noticed that I didn't paint the power coils or the power cable. Yeah, but till tomorrow it's gonna manage to dry, and I'm probably gonna have some better ideas what to do with it. Yeah, right now we have this, and it's gonna be, a perfect space for one car to be converted and for, holding another car in. You can see that I have in here a bigger car that can easily fit. Yeah, and I think that that the crew would be able to go around it and just convert and add the armor, weapons and whatever. And like I said, on top I want to have a workshop, so some tool stations, some weapons, some ammunition, stuff like that. Maybe even a weapon depot somewhere in that area. But yeah, that's it for today. So if you like it, please rate, comment, subscribe and share with everyone who is willing to watch it. Yeah, and of course everybody have a lovely day and take care.